The most thrilling, spine-tingling series ever.
From the pages of R.L. Stein's best-selling books,
And the screams go on forever and ever.
We now return to Goosebumps.
Hello, Goosebumps Crew members. I'm Shawin.
And I'm Hayden.
We'll be guests at Indiana Comic Con June 5th to the 7th in Indianapolis, alongside Tim Jacobus, the original Goosebumps illustrator, and Cal Dodd, the voice of Slappy from the 90s TV show.
Guess who?
We'll be doing live podcasts Friday at 5 p.m. with Tim Jacobus and Saturday at 9 p.m. We'll have an exclusive look at Bjorn's fan film, Night of the Living Dummy, and we'll have a raffle, prints, and more at our booth, which is number C10.
We'll be doing fan interviews if you stop by our booth as well that will appear on the podcast. So we hope to see you there and have a very scary day. Normally we don't do an introduction here because we just jump right into it, but we do have a guest on today. Very special guest, Mr. Zane Knisely. And Zane, appreciate you coming on and joining us today.
Thanks for having me. So it's always fun to talk about Goosebumps.
Yes.
Oh, exactly. That's what we do here all the time. So Zane worked on the 90s show from, I believe, season 2 and 3. It kind of gets a little mixed up because of some of the episodes aren't always listed where they should be. But the general census is season 2 and 3. So no Haunted Mask questions today for me, honestly, which is sad, except for maybe the Haunted Mask 2.
I can answer Haunted Mask 2 questions.
That could be there.
Yeah.
Don't go by IMDb, we found out. That does say he worked on Attack of the Mutant video game. That is not correct.
Never
He never even worked on it.
Never even seen the video game. Wasn't even aware there was a video game.
He did work on Attack of the Mutant, though. So, I mean, there is that.
I did.
It's not the game.
Yes.
It's not the game. So he's going to join us today and talk a little bit about, what made that 90s show special, what they did on there. And, we've had Ron Stefanik on here and Alan Doucette, but now we have a new third member of the special effects team. And that's always exciting to me because I prefer physical props over CGI. I like special effects makeup, things like that. And I'm sure a lot of you out there do as well. So this will be a very interesting conversation. And before we go all that, though, Zane, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and, some of your recent works?
Yes, my name is Zane Knisely. I'm a special effects makeup artist, and I do prosthetic heads, and now I make rubber masks because I love those too. My recent projects right now are The Boys and The Boys spinoff, kind of the biggest one we did. We worked on Handmaid's Tale, Umbrella Academy. Those are sort of the bigger shows that we've done. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen all of those, sir.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and The Boys.
Amazing, yeah.
Well, you must be aware then The Boys has just finally finished their season finale, and yeah, we're sad to see it go too, but I was happy with it. Homelander's ending, that turned my stomach when I watched it. I thought it gave me what I was looking for there. Just a man stripped of his power and cowering for existence. Yeah, it was pretty sad to watch.
Yeah.
I tell you what, like Anthony Starr needs a friggin' nomination for an award. I loved a lot of his work. And Homelander took it to another level for his acting because there was times he could just be scary just by standing there looking at you, and it's kind of wild because this dude's wearing an American flag cape.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that'd be very scary as a person in front of you, but when you know what this person is capable of and that he's really not all there, that's how well he portrayed it. But then you can turn it on a dime and think, I feel really bad for this guy, and you just want to
I know,
console this
wasn't
man.
that
It's like, oh
the
my gosh, like
wasn't that
it's
the
so
worst
great. You're a
part? Like, why am I
psychotic killer, but I really want to just give you a hug.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
feel so sorry for
craziest
him.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah, he did phenomenal.
he did phenomenal. You know, like on set, he used to scare me. The actor, and Anthony Starr used to scare me because he'd just show up and he'd be in that suit, and it was just his mere presence. And then once we, in the last season, did more makeup with him, wonderful guy, totally sweet, fun. At the end, he said, "It's weird that I've worked on this show so long, and we've only discovered each other at the end of the show." It was just, yeah, it was kind of sad to see it all go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. I was trying to think about it. I guess Homelander being who he was in that universe really didn't take a lot of damage from anyone. So he didn't really need any prosthetics for anything, kind of like he did in that very last episode. I won't
Yeah,
spoil it for you people out there if you haven't seen it, but I'm just telling you that was gruesome. That was a gruesome ending for poor Homelander.
yeah,
Uh, Deserved, but still gruesome.
yeah. If you haven't
Yes.
seen it, check it out. It'll make you sick. And I agree
Yeah.
with
The
you.
boys were
Anthony Starr
phenomenal.
deserves an Emmy for this last season for sure. One of
I
the best
100%
actors.
agree with that. It's a
Well
shame
deserved.
if he doesn't get one. He did great, and
Yeah,
I hope people see that.
yeah,
But it's funny because I think it's now time for a different kind of boys, though, and it's the Vought Rising that you were worked on as well. So,
yeah,
you still kind of get to keep some of the cast members from the boys in a way.
yep. Soldier Boy will be back. Stormfront will be back. Although I can't say Stormfront being back is the best because she's not a very nice character when you get into it.
Uh,
Yeah,
no,
she's got bad morals. She's got a bad moral code, I would
Yeah,
say.
you could say that for sure.
I don't want to
her
get
moral
too much
compass is a
into
little.
it. It's way
Oh,
off.
don't say that.
I guess kind of going off of what you've done for the boys, what was like, I guess, how many did you work through all seasons?
I started on season 3, so
Okay.
I didn't work on the
Okay.
first 2 seasons, but I was a fan of the show. So when I got the call, they're like, "Would you like to work on The Boys?" I almost like screamed and fell over. But so I had to pretend to be
Oh.
cool, like, cover the phone and scream and be like, "Well, let me
Right.
think about it, and I'll get back to you." And then ran downstairs to everyone in the shop. I was like, "Oh my God, The Boys!" And everyone freaking out.
So what was your
Yeah.
favorite prop that you did or special effects makeup thing that you did for the boys specifically?
I mean, I really liked when they ripped Web Weaver in half. That was
Oh,
that was
yeah.
a fun one. And
That was wild.
yeah, took us a couple tries at it. And again, I got to work with Anthony there. And he was funny because we'd have him, he's very busy, right? So we'd have him come on set and he's got the body, and we're like, "I just want to see how you would rip the body in half as a superhero." And he did it fairly quick, like rip and throw the guy away, just like whatever. And I was like, okay, it's not what I didn't know what to expect. I don't know if you want to see it go slow, but he was just like, "No, just garbage. Rip him in half and
Oh
chuck him
man.
away." Yeah,
Because I wasn't sure if you'd done every season, because one of my favorite actors was in the first season, but killed off very early on, Haley Joel Osment.
Oh yes.
His appearance in the show. Yeah, I was excited when I saw him.
I forgot
Because I was
about him
like,
because it was
oh,
so long ago.
Yeah.
He was a sad
Haley's in
character,
this.
though.
Like, I was excited,
Yeah,
but
he was a
then
sad, he was a
I mean,
sad
he's doing-
character. You actually felt for him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
He's doing well now though. He was in like Happy Gilmore 2, and he was in Wednesday, so he's doing really good. He's made an awesome comeback. But yeah, I was sad when they killed him
well,
off.
it
And,
felt bad for the character, not
So
the
early.
actor. You know that.
oh yeah, I like the actor. I grew up with him, so I was excited to see him in The Boys anyway. But
Yeah.
yeah,
You're like, there he
Yeah.
is, and now he's gone. Oh boy.
he was there and then he was gone. I was like, damn. But it was almost like, in a way, it was kind of funny, I guess, because I was like, he was just there to be, killed brutally. But
Yeah.
it's fine.
Happens on The Boys all the time. Someone starts, and you're
Yeah.
like, they're not going to be here for long.
yeah.
Yeah, that final season had one I was surprised by, because I kind of thought there would actually be more deaths, but they kind of surprised me with not as many from the main. But one of the main cast members did meet their end due to Homelander, which sad.
Yeah.
Again, I don't want to spoil nothing, but if you guys haven't watched season 5 yet, you need to go watch season 5. It's really good.
I need to watch
but I mean,
it.
if you haven't watched it yet,
I've seen season 4, and I've had so many shows on my watch list that it's like I gotta sit down. Me and my wife like the show, like The Boys, and so we're trying to. She's seen, I think, up to season 3, I think, and so I need to get her all caught up with it so that we can keep going. But yeah, I've had a couple things spoiled for me, unfortunately, just from Twitter. So,
and just from now, I think we may have spoiled a bunch of stuff for you.
no, most of what you talked about, I've already seen like the major, like I know about the ending and all of that kind of stuff. Those are the main talking points I know about. I just don't know like the nitty gritty details and the why. So,
all right,
yeah.
Well, we won't spoil it then.
Let's then, maybe we don't have to throw a spoiler alert up on everything we've talked about. But,
it's okay. We'll talk Goosebumps now, okay? Hey, fine. We won't,
I was going to say, but that said, as much as we love The Boys, we do love Goosebumps.
Yes.
And that is one thing that Zane has worked on. And no, he's not named after, the character Zane in the Goosebumps show or vice versa. But we don't know that for sure.
I suspect that. I would like to talk to Dan Angel about that because there were no Zanes, and then I worked on the show for a season, and then there's a Zane. So
there was. Hayden Christensen played a Zane.
Coincidence, folks? I don't know. Get your tinfoil hats out. Let's figure this out.
I'm holding said script right now, so bit of show and tell, but we'll get to that.
We'll get to it.
When you started with Goosebumps, I mean, do you remember the first episode that you did? Did you start at the beginning of season 2 or kind of partway through?
That is a tricky. So I met my friend Mike Payette. He was a makeup artist on it. We were working on a different show, and he had finished season 1 of Goosebumps. And he said to me, I should introduce you to Ron. You should come and work on season 2. So when they called me to come in, I want to say it was like Haunted Mass 2, but it might have been before that. Like, it's hard to remember exactly what I was doing.
Yeah.
So when I started, I would have been probably like the bottom of the shop, right? Because I would have been the new guy. So I came in and would do like the molding, the cleaning up, the scraping of buckets, the mixing of slime, stuff like that. And I don't know how the fun stuff, in my opinion. I don't know how it started.
A broom. Yeah.
Clean. Yes. Oh man, I remember stepping into like a bucket of Methocel up to my knee one time because we were carrying a mold and I couldn't see it, and I just stepped into this massive bucket of slime. And that stuff does not come off easy. Like, you really have to wash it for a long time. I think my pants and my shoes were destroyed. But yeah, when I started, it was the bottom, and then I got into set, and then I started doing makeup applications and puppeteering on set. I got to play some of the monsters here and there. Luckily, I still am. I'm a smaller guy, so they need someone to get in the suit. Zane, go jump in the suit, because I could fit into all the suits.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot to choose from. I mean, I'm just thinking of one in particular that you could tell it was clearly a dude in the suit was How to Kill a Monster with that weird. Was that one that you got to be in?
No, I wasn't in that one. That one was an interesting one. That was kind of like a big bird suit, I think, right? Was that the one with kind of like the reptilian?
Yeah, it had that big like front mouth thing.
Yeah, it was like their swamp monster, but it did look like a reptilian bird.
Yeah. And the dude's hand was the head, and his head was sort of in the back. So he looked out sort of in the hunch of the monster's back. And then control the head. That one.
That had to be someone in a suit, right?
Oh, definitely someone in a suit. Oh. And I may have been thrown into it here and there because, again, you're on set and they just need a quick shot. So they'll just put your arm in the head and make it move or something like that. That's what always happened.
That's funny because we did hit some others on here kind of said the same thing. Ron said he'd played a couple before, and I think Alan said he might have. I can't remember if he did.
They all wore masks. They all got to wear the masks in the haunted mask. They said the scene where they did say that up in the air, they were wearing the masks.
Like, yeah, since Zane didn't work on the first one, I don't know if you're familiar with the first one or not, if you ever got to watch any of the Goosebumps prior to you coming on.
Yeah.
So that first, I guess, the Haunted Mask episode, the sculptors got to wear the masks for the scene with blue suits because it wasn't green screen at the time. It was blue screen, I guess.
Yeah.
So there were the floating heads that were going around at the end of the episode.
Okay.
So they all got to wear their own masks and kind of go around. And I thought that was kind of a funny detail. I figured they would have had other people in there, but it's neat to have the actual people who made those masks in the episode to get to do that. That's I think, a unique experience that a lot of people don't get.
And you're right about that.
Do you remember which one you did get to be like in a suit for? Like for what episode?
Do you know Go Eat Worms? Is it Go Eat Worms, the worm episode where they
Big giant with the big giant worm?
The phallus worm, as Ron called it. Yeah.
Yep. I was in that phallus worm suit. I'd have to go with my arms up. So when I was in there, my arms were up. I couldn't bring them down. They had a duct tape necklace with a hair dryer hose so I could breathe. So they had a hair dryer outside the suit, and it would blow fresh air into the suit.
Wow, that's an amazing
awesome.
fact. Like you got to be in the. I didn't realize there was someone in that. Like
no, I thought it was like a hard wire maybe that they had, kind of moving it around.
No.
Yeah, I didn't realize anybody was in that.
No, it was me there. I think in one of the scenes it'd come out of the dirt and then I'd flop over and wriggle on the ground. And we had a set that was built like on a raised set. So when you flop on the dirt, you're actually 10 feet.
You just blew the minds of all the Goosebumps fans in the community when they hear this. Like, there was a guy in that suit.
There was, and my friend Mike would hold my legs. So I'd pop out of the hole and he'd hold my feet so I wouldn't fall off the set.
When I watch it now, that's all I'm going to see.
Yeah.
That's you.
The guy in a suit with his arms up, just waving back and forth. It was quite an ab workout. Yeah.
That's incredible.
So one thing that Zane actually told me before you guys hopped on was he did play one of the aliens in Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns.
Oh, really?
At the very end.
Oh, the puppet.
The worm head.
Yeah, the worm head guys. So we were in suits where the shoulders were kind of at our head, and then we'd use our arms with the green little aliens on the top. So it was Mike Payette and I. So we were on set doing a bunch of stuff that night, and that's how it ended. The last shot of the night was just like, you're these two aliens walking into the ship, walking into the light, this kind of thing.
It's one of the most creepiest endings. Like they were cannibal.
They had just murdered
human eating
humans.
Human eating aliens.
And ate them.
Like, were you in the suit when Jack-o'-lantern head was on, or was that somebody else?
No, I would have been there too, because then you take off the Jack-o'-lantern head, and then that little green guy was in there. So now I don't know if I was in the suit the whole time. It could have again been actors, but then they would throw us in when they needed us for a certain shot. I know in one scene there's a scene where the girl, I can't remember, she's in like a spacesuit or something.
Yeah.
Like that. And they made me put on a lobster claw. And in the scene, the guy's talking to her, and the claw's coming down her face, and it goes under her chin. And they told me, like, go under her chin and lift her chin up. So while I'm doing this, I'm looking at the girl. She's looking at me, and we cannot stop laughing. Like 3 or 4 takes, and I'm laughing, she's laughing. And suddenly, I think it was Bill Fruitt, the director, like flipped out. Like, guys, we're running out of sunshine. Like, we're running out of darkness. The sun's coming up. You got to get this shot. So in the end, I had to actually like look at my feet because I couldn't look at her. I'll start laughing. And then we ended up getting the shot.
Just back then, they also were actually, when they said running out of film, they really meant it. It's nothing digital like it is now, and where they could keep going. It's like, God, we're running out of film. I guess a lot of that was going on too. So
running out of film and racing against the sun coming up, because we were shooting at night. So that was also a big one too. Like the sun's coming up. Sometimes you would have had like black cloth to try and hide it a bit more, but we would always be racing against it.
See, that's one thing. Yeah, you would have had the sun, tape, and also like you've got kids on set too. Like, they
Yep.
can only work so many hours, and that's something I've learned recently. So yeah, it would have been a whole lot of factors in. Like, hurry, we got to get this done so we can, yeah, move on.
Yep.
So no, I totally get that, 100%.
Even
No, that's
some of the
creepy.
kids they use, because I remember doing makeup on what I thought was a girl, and we're talking, and she started swearing and like saying very grown up things, and I was like, "How old are you?" Turns out she was 22.
Oh,
I swear,
wow.
when I'm doing I thought she was like 12 or 13. She's 22 years old,
What? What
and
episode?
only that was. Oh, I'd have to look that up now. I
I
want to.
wonder if that was Night of the Living Dummy 3.
I think it's
Karina?
either Night of the Living Dummy 3 or the one with the gnomes. Is it Revenge of
Revenge
the
of the
Gnomes?
Lawn Gnomes.
Revenge
Oh,
of
the
the Lawn
sister,
Gnomes?
yeah.
It might have
Yeah.
been the older sister. I think it was a sister and a brother.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'd have to look
Could have
that up
been.
again.
We'll have to look it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember that scene from while we were talking about jack-o'-lanterns? That has one of the most disturbing scenes, like in the entire
I knew you'd
Goosebumps
bring it
TV
up.
series.
I knew you'd
I
bring it
have
up.
to mention it because we were on the episode. The scene where they go into they go trick-or-treating and they go to that house with that creepy dude that's got them all chained up. Remember
Yep.
that? So
Yeah.
that
The
is now
dream sequence.
considered one of the
Yeah.
most disturbing scenes in Goosebumps
Yeah.
because
I'm,
it's just so weird.
I mean, the whole episode is weird, right? When they go to the Halloween town and you know it's not right. Like it's too good to be
Yeah,
true type of thing. And
it's
then
just off.
yeah, and then just for it to keep getting weirder and weirder, like to have the alien show up at the end. It's like, where are we going? I didn't know we were going here into space with cannibal aliens. Like, wild episode.
It's dying.
Yeah, that was a twist ending I didn't see coming, but that's funny because it's like Goosebumps wasn't afraid to kill, it just wasn't killing on screen.
Hmm.
Yeah, they didn't kill on
They,
screen.
they
Yeah.
sneakily got around that for certain things.
Insinuating people
Yeah.
maybe disappeared or they're gone or yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Or you're
know.
already a ghost, so
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Well, they technically killed a kid, but he was in werewolf form when they killed him in uh, Fever Swamp.
Well, thing is, you don't
Yeah.
know how old he was. He looked like a
Well,
kid,
true.
but they
I mean,
made
he
it
looks
kind of
like a
sound like he
kid.
was a lot older than he actually was because they said
Could have been
that
22.
he was, he wouldn't.
The actor.
Well, that's true. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying that the story for Werewolf Fever Swamp, that's one of my favorite ones, like, period. Visually, like, how that was shot. I don't know what season that would have been, though,
That was one.
because it was a
Yeah.
special.
Was there
I was going to say it was
they
a
they
special.
they did Fever Swamp part 2, didn't they? Was there a part 2 to Werewolf of Fever Swamp?
No, but they
so.
did Werewolf.
Yeah, werewolf skin.
Because I do remember being in a
another one.
werewolf suit at some point too.
Oh, yeah.
No,
okay.
Werewolf of Fever Swamp had 2 parts.
Well,
Yeah,
it had two
it's-
parts,
it had
but
the-
it wasn't in another. Like, it didn't have a second one, like Werewolf Fever Swamp 2.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
so-
yeah, yeah.
Specials were 2-parters.
So
Okay.
werewolf skin, though, you were in the suit for that as well. So like the scene where they're up at the window, for instance, because that's when they're, trying to knock the bars off. Obviously, yeah. So maybe that was that you in the suit?
I don't know. It's hard to remember because there was also like Saturday morning cartoons and you'd host. They had like a host of the
Yeah.
Saturday morning cartoons. And I think in that one I
Slappy's
got
Monster
in every
Madness.
monster suit. I was in the mummy, I was in the werewolf, I was in
wow.
whatever they were doing. I was throwing it on, coming in, doing the little thing, jumping out, coming back
That's-
in.
Slappy's, that was Slappy's sideshow that had that. That was they had the special for Slappy's sideshow, and they had all the characters come in.
Yeah, it was like
Um,
Slappy's Monster Madness on Saturday mornings.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monster Madness slide. Yeah, I remember that. It was a sideshow to the show, and
Yeah.
there was the werewolf in the suit. There was the mummy, and there was and they even had like the
They
haunted
brought the
mask.
lawn gnomes.
Mhm.
The lawn gnomes was there. Like
The Haunted Mask 2 was in there.
I'm pretty
The
sure
shopkeeper version.
they shot it right at Ron's studio. So Ron had that workshop
That'd
at
be
the
cool.
time and he had like a monster room with all the stuff on it. And I feel like they just shot on the side of the monster room because I'd run off, get dressed in a costume, come back on, shoot my little segment, run off, come back again. as some other monster. It was like a full day of monster stuff.
All day of costume changes.
Yeah. Yeah, and I
Like
feel
a
like
runway model for Goosebumps.
I feel like I played that werewolf in like a theater show at Canada's Wonderland, which is like a theme park in Canada.
Oh,
Yeah, because I remember Spider-Man being there, and I came out as the werewolf, and I was running around and growling at kids, and I remember somebody like, "Okay, too scary, take it down a bit."
Well, I am a werewolf, man. I mean,
That's what they
I'm
want.
not your pet dog. I'm not your shepherd, okay?
I do remember running down the aisles and doing this, and kids just cowering, and some crawling on the ground and hitting the deck. It was awesome. But
wow.
that's what I thought I was there to do, scare the kids.
That's sounds to me like what you're there to do.
Yeah,
I don't know why they would
liked
tell
it.
you different. Yeah.
There was a lot of smiles, screams, but a lot of smiles.
Did you
Yeah,
Did you
we were
happen to work
talking,
on Vampire Breath?
Yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna say that's funny. That's so funny. You're about to say. I was about to say the same thing. I was like, we were talking about Vampire Breath earlier before you hopped on, because he was talking about the actor who played the grandpa
Count
vampire.
Nightwing.
Okay.
Count Nightwing.
The guy with the
Yeah, who played
dark
Count
hair, Bob,
Nightwing.
he
Um,
he was really good, is what I was saying, because when we weren't rolling, normal guy, like a normal guy, but when they'd start rolling, he got this presence where you're like, ugh, there's something very creepy and off going on over there.
Do you
Gerald
know what
Pascoe.
was in the bottle? Like, do you know, like, for that prop? Do you have any idea what they used for the Vampire Breath?
I don't.
You've got the bottle, don't you?
I have a bottle. I've been trying to
Working on a
recreate it.
replica.
Yeah, I'm trying to recreate it, and I cannot
Jog
figure
my-
out what to put in it.
Jog my memory. What did it look like?
It's a pyramid shaped bottle, and there's a blue liquid inside of it that's glowing. It almost looks like a glow stick.
Yeah.
But it's got like shimmery dust in there too, and then it's got like a red wax stamp that says Vampire Breath on it.
I bet you it was glow stick with glitter, like glow stick juice with glitter in it, or some sort of black light reactive material
Okay.
inside, so they could put a
Right.
black light on it and have it glow. That's what I'm guessing.
We know
But
what
that
to
would
do
have
now,
been
Hayden.
that probably would have been a good Alan question for the prop, because he probably did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know for is it Monster Blood?
Mm-hmm.
That we bought a lot of that green slime. Like I think Ron bought like $5,000 for the green
Oh my
slime.
God.
Like it was just gallons and gallons of this stuff.
Yeah, it turns out I think he said that was a Nickelodeon slime or whatever that they had bought.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Ended up using. I believe that's what he said, if I'm not mistaken. Because we were like, "That's what it looks like." He's like, "I'm pretty sure that's what it was."
I'm pretty sure it was.
That was at
too.
the time Nickelodeon was selling like Gak and slime and all that stuff, because that was their whole thing for
Yeah.
the Nickelodeon kids shows. So
Because I do remember unpacking that out of like the little bottles you got. You had to unpack it, put it all
yeah,
into
yeah, exactly. So yeah, that would be it then.
Yeah. And
That's
I know at the time we were trying to think like, how can we make this? We didn't know how to make it, and it's due in a week type of thing. So we just went. I think Ron's just like, I'm just going to buy it, and then we'll have it. We don't have to worry about trying to how to source it and make it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because a lot of kids make slime now. My daughter used to love to do that. It's
Yeah.
messy as all get out, but I'd let her do it. She loved doing it. I think it's pretty easy to make now, but back then, yeah, I was like, it's like, what would we have done with this? Like, how do we do this?
Mhm.
Yep.
Because even now, like, she was, I think, 8 when she started making it, and I was like, how do you know how to do this? I was like, you're 8. I was like, this is like constructing a bomb to me. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like, I got shaving
YouTube.
cream, and I got this, and I got this, and I'm like,
You got access
okay.
to YouTube. You can make
Well,
this.
yeah, I was gonna say internet, man. It's when you don't have it 30 years ago, though, you got to get
This is-
creative.
This was the amazing thing back in the 90s, because you can only learn about secrets from other people. And like someone like Ron was just, he still is. He's the keeper of all these old techniques and secrets that, you just can't find. So back then we couldn't find that stuff on the internet. You could find it from maybe some books, or from your peers that you were working with. And that's how we, would learn everything, just by talking to other people in the industry that maybe have done it before or had a friend who did something, and you would try it. But yeah, pre-internet days, really hard to find info. And then back then, you would have people who wouldn't want to share secrets, who would know how to do things, but they're not going to tell you because that's their secret. I've never worked that way, and most of the people I work with, we all share secrets.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, it's kind of shady, but
yeah,
it's not like it's it's not like who the other gunman on the grassy knoll was. You know what I mean? Like that's not that crazy of a secret. It's how did you make this slime, bro? So it's a little different. It's a little different. But yeah, it's funny because like I think when we were talking earlier, and what I mentioned on here too, actually, he worked on Attack of the Mutant with Scott Wickware, and we had him on here before, and we love Scott. He is just so funny. Him and his wife, like we love them both. We didn't get to talk to her as much, but Scott's fantastic, and it seems like he got to work with him a few times actually, because where the segues into was they were also on Welcome to Dead House together, and you were on that as well. And he did play apparently one of the zombies that we may get to see briefly. We're not really sure. I'm gonna have to try to find you. I'm really curious.
I think when they break into the house, you'll see us. Another makeup artist I work with, Graham Chivers, I don't know if you've talked to him, but he sculpted a lot of stuff too and made a lot of stuff for Goosebumps. But I was called the Jazz Zombie, and I had like a dress shirt with a vest and a fedora. I was like, where is this guy coming from? And Graham was like in a white hazmat suit, and he had like a hood on with goofy teeth in. We were all painted up blue, green, whatever. We got to do our own makeup that day, and it was fun.
Oh, that's cool.
And I think you can see us as we're breaking through a door, and then we come rushing into the house.
I'm pretty sure I remember the hazmat suit.
The hazmat
if
suit.
we can pull that
I'm pretty sure
we'll have Hayden put it up if we can pull that up. It's because every episode's on YouTube. So we could just screenshot that and we'll throw it up here just to.
And the last time I would have seen it probably was like on TV when the episode aired, and we're watching, we're like, oh, there we are. And you couldn't rewind. I guess that's us. But yeah, if you do say us, it will be really fast. You'll be in and out.
Wow.
We'll find you.
Yeah.
That's
if you're there, we'll find you.
Welcome to Dead House. I love that's like my favorite book, and then I love the episode as well. I think Welcome to Dead House had one of the most creepy, eerie tones to the show.
Yeah.
It was very, very unnerving, just while watching it. It was one that even as a kid I felt really weird. Like I felt kind of like off when watching it. There was something about it. I don't know what it was.
Uncomfortable.
It's great. It made you feel uncomfortable. Yeah. And you know what? The book did that too. Like the book made you feel very uncomfortable because it's still to this day the most like I guess gory Goosebump book because it actually talks about like flesh melting off skulls, like which is gore literally, and it's the only Goosebump book that does that. So because Stein was just coming off Fear Street and they said write a book for kids, so he was trying to like figure out the tone, and it still snuck a little bit of some of the Fear Street, I think, stuff in there. So
Welcome to That House still made it to the editors, but after that, they were like, "Whoa, hey,
let's slow it down.
These are for like 8 to 10-year-olds. Dial it down."
So when I didn't read a lot of the books, did kids die in the books, or just that mention again?
Like what we said really. Beaver Swamp in a way, like because we don't know how old he is, but like technically he looks like a kid, like he's like a 12. He's meant to look like a 12, 13-year-old kid who, when he is in werewolf form, he like he drowns in the swamp. So kind of
a lot of the times, like in the books, a lot of the times it was like they were already dead. Like the ghost next door, that like if they killed a kid, if it was a kid dying, you would be like talking to their ghost in a sense. So that was more what they did. But there were a couple instances for sure.
Okay,
they did have like kind of like the show did. They kind of had like off-screen potential death stuff, at least until Series 2000. Series 2000, I think, did have, if I remember right, maybe there's one or two deaths of kids in there.
It's
Was
a little
this
more
a series?
Yeah.
This is a series shot in
They try to
Vancouver?
focus on some older. Yeah, so they did an original 62 run, and then they realized, like, after years of doing those kids are growing up, so they want to kind of make the next level for those kids to keep reading Goosebumps. So they started Series 2000 because it came out in '99 and it was supposed to go through 2000 plus, and Scholastic had a whole ordeal legally with Stein and all this stuff during that time. So it was kind of the fall of Goosebumps then.
Oh no.
So,
And
Like, did
during
you-
this time, a certain boy wizard book was coming out, so that also didn't help the Goosebumps.
Oh yeah.
Obviously,
Harry
that
Potter.
didn't
Harry
help.
Potter
Yep.
came out and kind of took over and never let go.
Took all the magic.
It's still not. It's
Like,
still not let go.
I'm assuming that you would have worked on Cry of the Cat and Bride of the Living Dummy, because that was season
Yes.
4, right?
That was season 3.
Season
That was season
So,
three.
well, so Cry of the Cat was season 4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Cry of the Cat was 4.
Bride was season 3. Bride
Yeah.
was season 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
so
weird.
those were both series 2000. If I'm wrong, correct me.
Yeah,
Those were the
yeah,
only
they're
series
both
2000.
series.
Those were series 2000 stories that they,
Yeah, but those were the only ones that got turned into episodes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
to my knowledge, yes.
Yeah.
I did not
So-
work on that one.
With
I'm
you
kinda-
working on 2 and 3, I'd be shocked if they didn't throw you in on 4, but 4 was a very short season.
Yeah.
Like, I'm honestly surprised they even made that into a season in itself rather than just throwing it in on season 3.
Yeah.
Because I think it only had 6 episodes or something.
They were all 2-parters as well.
Yeah, it was all two. It was
like-
4 episodes,
Yeah, they were
but
all
they were all
two-parters. So really, it was like 3, maybe 4 episodes for a whole season,
Okay.
even though they were 2-parters. But it had like Deep Trouble,
Shrunken
Part
Head.
1 and 2, Cry of
Ghost
the
Next
Cat,
Door, Cry of the Cat.
Pumpkin head.
Ghost Next Door.
Ghost Next Door. Oh yeah, Ghost Next Door was 4. Okay.
Yep.
Is Deep Trouble the one with the fish?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I do
Like the
remember
fish
a
head
bit of
before.
that. I might have, that may have been where I was leaving.
Was that the
Wasn't
first
that-
episode of season 4? I can't remember. Was that like the first episode?
No, I want to say and I don't know. I'll look
It was
it
the
up,
last
because
episode.
I think there's.
No, wasn't
Yeah,
it
it was
the
the
last
last.
episode?
It was the last one, and I believe it was the last one to get shot, because that makes sense why you
Oh.
were saying that
You
were
may have
remember
worked on season
leaving.
4 then
Okay.
as well.
Yeah.
You may have worked on
So-
season 4 then.
Maybe.
How I got my shrunken head, and that was one we talked about, Zane, before, where Ron showed us the miniature shrunken head that had the mechanicals inside, which was absolutely crazy for the time.
Yeah.
And that was apparently the start of season 4. But yes, Deep Trouble was the last episodes for that, and we did have one actor from that episode come on here and talk to us about that one a little bit. Which was an interesting talk. He played like the boy protagonist in that. Not really sure, because I keep getting Deep Trouble 2 and Deep Trouble 1 books, but no, it was Billy Deep. It was Billy Deep.
Yeah.
It's Billy D.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he played Billy Deep. It was Todd Fennell. So we had Todd on here a while back talking about it, and yeah, that was an interesting. That was an interesting episode. A lot of fish head, but you can kind of see too where they try to lean more into more CGI stuff later.
Yeah. Yeah.
The CGI was starting to get a little bigger during that time.
Yep. Getting traction.
Yeah.
What do you
So
guys-
I mean, I guess I wouldn't be surprised if those were some of the episodes maybe you weren't working on, because again, they kind of started going the CGI route a little bit near the end.
Yeah. And back then too, like we would float around to different shops. So if Ron's was slow, you'd go work somewhere else. You know what I mean? And sometimes you'd be in between a
Yeah.
project. So if Ron started up and I was already involved in another shop. So a lot of times we kind of roll in and out, especially season 4. So I kind of do remember those fish and being in the shop for it. I don't believe I was on set for it though, for that one. So most of my stuff was 2 and 3.
Well, we were
heavily
told a lot of
into-
them left to do Animorphs. from what I was told. They all
Animorphs?
went to do Animorphs apparently. Like a lot of
Okay.
from Goosebumps, when that kind of finished, they like went and started working on Animorphs. From what I understand. But then Animorphs, I think, only lasted one season. So I
Yeah,
don't
I was
think
gonna say that didn't last very long, which isn't too surprising because that would have had to rely heavily on CGI,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
because it
Yeah.
was about an alien giving kids powers to turn into animals. So how you
Sounds
gonna do
terrible.
that
And then
on a
did
budget?
they do that cheesy morph thing where like a
Yeah.
kid morphs into a cat?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
honestly, the books took off though. Like they were popular. They
Yeah.
were popular. They were all in
They're
my
still around.
Yeah.
And I did see where they're trying to do a kind of a reboot of the show, so they're apparently bringing that back.
Oh,
No.
okay.
No.
But maybe
God.
the fish
Don't
head you're
need it.
thinking of though might be Shocker on Shock Street. They did have like a
Yeah.
piranha head thing on that too, though, and that was one of the
Okay.
earlier episodes.
True.
So maybe that's what you're. Maybe that was the episode. That was about a boy and a girl. At the end of the episode, they turned out to be robots. They weren't
Oh.
actually real children.
Okay. I didn't know that one.
They were AI. It was AI before AI.
Yeah.
Like it was the beginning.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah. Took a
Yeah.
Skynet inspiration moment there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know
It
what?
was,
I better turn on the light. It's getting dark in here.
it was getting goosebumps spooky.
Yeah. I just saw myself in the screen. I'm like, I can't even see
That's
myself.
mood
right
lighting.
now. Yeah.
No,
Uh,
that was a good one.
But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of them, and I would think that like you'd probably worked on like One Day at Horrorland. That was a two-parter. That was in some of the
Probably.
later seasons, and that's
Yep.
a more popular one. Despite that, you don't really get to see a lot of Horrorland. But again, budget constraints. How are you going to do a whole amusement park with all these crazy rides from the book?
Exactly.
Did you
Yeah.
get to play any of the horrors in that one, or?
I don't think I worked on that one that I can remember. It all kind of blurs into like late nights and monsters and
Mhm,
working at the
right.
shop. Like
Yeah.
like Ron used to have a thing like it's 7, 8 o'clock, we're tired, and pizza would show up, Pizza 73, and as soon as pizza showed up, we're like, oh, we're here for another like 5, 6 hours. Damn.
Oh.
The only time that pizza shows up and everyone's like, damn, pizza. Now we're gonna stay here.
The food
Yeah.
was the food was the motive, like to keep going, stay
Yeah.
motivated. Like,
Yeah, the
have some
food is like,
pizza.
here's food. You're gonna need the energy because you're here for another 6 hours.
Hey, honestly, I love pizza, so I may have been like persuaded to stay longer. It's like, okay, feed me pizza. Like, do I get
Yeah.
a whole pizza though? Like,
I still like
That was
pizza,
my
but I won't
question.
eat. I won't eat Pizza 73. That's for sure.
Burn yourself out.
My stomach starts to turn. Like, oh no.
Brings back the memories. I can't do it.
Bring back the memory. Yeah, there was a lot of work. I'm trying to think of like, was it Night of the No, Revenge of the Gnomes?
Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes.
The Lawn Gnomes.
Yeah,
That
I
was
really like that.
That was a particularly hard one too because it was a lot of nights as well. Like we'd start work at 5 or 6 in the evening and go till like 6 in the morning the next day.
Oh wow.
And those
yeah.
guys were little guys like Jordan Prentice. Have you interviewed Jordan Prentice? He played.
We had reached out to, I think, with the information we had, but we never heard back. So it's hard to say
Okay.
if that information we had was correct or not.
Yeah.
Oh, he was great. He played Howard the Duck when he was younger. So when I met him, he told me he was Howard the Duck. I was like, oh my God, can't believe it. But he was a great guy to work on, and we'd glue these like foam masks, pull them down, glue them over their face. And I think we did a trick at the time where they'd close their eyes and we draw an eye on their closed eyes. And in the scene, right, you see them, they're like dummies, and then their eyes open up and they're real again, or they're lawn gnomes and then they become real.
Yeah. I love that episode too. I'm gonna do my typical.
Yeah, that's when the eye was when they were waking up. Like that's when they did the transition from
They went
'cause you
from
could see
statues to real.
to statues to real.
Yeah.
And that was a creepy episode. That
I
was just
haven't
one
seen it
you wouldn't
for,
want them to be terrifying, but you guys did a good job making that creepy.
Oh yeah, they were creepy. Um, there was a time when we were driving a set, and it's like myself, my makeup artist Mike Payette was also there, and then four like little people in their lawn gnomes outfit. And have you ever seen the movie for about the circus carnival? It's an old black and white movie. It's scary.
I
If
may
you
have
ever,
watched it in college.
oh man, if you ever get to see it, it's very bizarre and real at the time, sort of circus freaks, like a guy with no legs that could run on his arms, and it's all real. There's no special effects. But they had a scene in the movie where they all start chanting "one of us," like "one of us," and you're going to be one of them.
One of
And all
us.
the lawn gnomes in the car started chanting that "one of us." My friend Mike Payette was like, "Oh my God, it's too late in the night for this. I'm freaking out." I just saw
Wow.
these little
That's
lawn
one of my
gnomes around
favorite
you.
like 20-minute episodes, like the shorter ones. It's easily up there with one of my favorites. I got to do my typical Bjorn thing though. I got to ask, did you work on any of the Slappy episodes?
Uh, the third one, Night of the Living
Ah,
Dummy.
so you did Hayden Christensen's
Yes,
dummy. Love
we would
that.
have done some of his makeup. We Does Slappy explode in that? Did we make am I
Yeah.
making that
Yes.
up in my
Yeah.
head? Yeah, we had
He does
exploding
explode.
Slappy. Yep. And that was a major, oh my God, that was right to the wire. Like we were making it right until it showed up and they blew it
Oh
up.
wow.
Yeah, it was a
Oh.
pain, that
So
one.
what did you guys do for that? Like what was the actual process?
I think it was vermiculite and latex. So
Oh wow.
we put it in a mold. So the interior, like he was very crumbly, and that was part of the problem too. Trying to pull him out of the mold, he'd often like break and fall into pieces before you'd even get him out. So we had to make him strong enough to get out of the mold, but brittle and weak enough that it could explode and not hurt anyone. So in the end, yeah, I think it was latex and vermiculite, and it was pretty rough. But I think the way they cut it, you don't really get to see before it explodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just see when
Yeah.
they cut it, it's
I
just
think
the
I think you
explosion.
get like a small sliver before he does because it's originally a shot that coming from up in the window after Rocky threw him out, so you're kind of looking down at Slappy. But then as the lightning hits, it kind of does from the ground that
Yeah.
camera shot looking up, and that's just it's maybe a split second you might get to see the body there, but yeah, it just goes straight into that explosion
Mhm.
pretty much.
Fast, yeah, because if they had stayed on that body, we all would have went, "What the hell is this? This looks terrible."
What
And I
did you
think
I
guys
don't
use
know.
for
That
the
was the first
explosion?
episode where they, for the first time ever, used an in suit actor for Slappy in
Mhm.
certain
Yeah.
scenes,
Yeah,
which when you're a kid, you don't really think about too much. You're just like, why does he look so weird? What's happening here? But
yeah,
as a as an adult, I was like, oh, why couldn't they just do like what they did before? Kind of like I like the more sneaky Slappy. He's walking around, but it's more probably somebody on a skateboard with a camera as they're like going through a hallway or something.
oh, like his point of
Kind of,
view, and
Yeah.
They
yeah,
did a
like
lot of
more like the puppet master view, or when they're running, the little puppets running. So
was he more
it was an
marionette in the first
interesting choice
episode?
to have a suit made.
Yeah, in
Was
Living
he?
Dummy 2, when they did that one, he was more yeah, it was just the puppet. Like there was no little person running around. And it was
Yeah,
yeah, they would use shadows on the wall if they wanted to show him walking. Like there's one shot of him like walking along and you see just the
Mhm.
shadow along the wall.
yeah.
And or you would see like when they go into the bathroom, you'd see like the shadow of the feet come there and he's trying to open the door.
I
Like
do remember
so
little
they
feet, little hand inserts, stuff like
they
that.
use little trick sort of shots like that to get it. And honestly, I think it was creepier in a way because it was like he's there, but you can't see him. You can just see like the shadow of him. And I think it was a little more unsettling,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, it
Um,
leads more to your imagination, right? Like when you don't see the shark, it's scarier.
Yeah, exactly. That's
oh,
what made Jaws
100%.
so
Yeah, yeah,
memorable.
that whole thing.
They did the same thing with
So,
Slappy then,
so
like Jaws.
you guys don't prefer the little person in the suit running around? Did that pull you guys
Oh,
out of
no,
it?
I
like,
don't. Okay, well, okay. I may have a different take. Me personally, I don't have a problem with it. It's whenever it switches so drastically, that's whenever it pulls me out of it. So, like, if
Yeah.
it was the little person running around the entire time, I don't think many people would have really noticed it all that much. But it's the fact that it goes from ventriloquist dummy to person running to, back to ventriloquist dummy within like 2 minutes. That's whenever it pulls you out of it. But me personally, I don't think it would have mattered if it was that way the whole way through.
Oh, I love it though. It's so charming. Like, it's the charm to the episode. I think that's what it is. Like we always talk about it too. Like Hayden Christensen, obviously they made a dummy of him, right? Like for Zane, but there's like one shot, and Nick knows the one I'm talking about. And it's when like sitting in the bedroom, and like it's Hayden Christensen, but you can tell it's just actually him. But you can see you guys have like drawn. You've done like the
he's kind of like sitting there like in the chair like this, and you just have some lines that make it look like a human dummy. But then when it cuts back to him again, it's actually the puppet that was made of him sitting there instead. So it could have just been as simple as, I guess, the Slappy's magic taking full control at that point and turning him to that. And again, as kids, we didn't really.
He was still transforming. He was still
transforming into the dummy.
A little bit human, a little bit puppet. Yeah. I remember that puppet being scary. Like in the shop, we didn't like it. We're like, ooh.
It's unsettling because his eyes are just kind of bugging, and he's kind of like this.
Yeah, and Slappy, like you said, Slappy looked like a puppet. He's a ventriloquist puppet, but the Hayden puppet was like, ooh, that's like a weird boy puppet. Like again, half puppet, half human. It was creepier.
He was already becoming Darth Vader at that point, so he was slowly. It was happening.
And evil. That was the start of his downfall journey.
Yep.
Dark side.
What was there any props that you guys had to like put away because they would freak you out? Or like turn around, that kind of stuff?
Well, the Hayden puppet, that was creepy. That one I didn't like looking at me in the shop kind of thing. And if you're working late, it's there.
He's just
exactly. I do remember us being like, somebody put a towel on that thing's head. I don't kind of watching me work this freaking out.
Ron still has that. We saw it. He still has the Hayden puppet. Well, the head
of it.
Yep.
I'm gonna give Ron a call tomorrow and see what he's got left. Get it all, Ron.
He's got quite a bit from when we talked to him. Some of the stuff obviously didn't last over the years because it was never designed to last. Like the mud monster from You Can't Scare Me. He said that went very quickly.
The mud.
But I guess when you cover it with McDonald's milkshakes, nothing will last too long.
McDonald's lasts forever. What are you talking about? Apart from the
burgers and fries do. They're on a museum like tour right now. The shakes though, I don't think those last.
Is that because we were covering him in Methicil? We're probably covering that Mudman in like Methicil and mud.
I'm sure. Because he just had to
we'd slime him up.
He just kept so it could run. But yeah, it was. It's funny to hear those, but like Saber from Welcome to Camp Nightmare, I guess, was an old animatronic he had used it for another project that he kind of reskinned and. Kind of got his use out of that, so I guess that's gone now. But he still has like some of the masks from the Haunted Masks episodes. He still has a Scott Wickware's mutant mask. He said he had a Slappy, but he said he doesn't really know what happened to it.
Okay,
like, I'm guessing. I think he said he loaned it out to Fox for those Saturday morning stuff, and then he just never saw it again. So I'm guessing maybe Fox still had it. He said he had the molds though he said he had the molds so he could make another one, I guess, but
I will pay. He's my boy. I want a Ron Stefanik made Slappy dummy. My dream.
I'm gonna talk to him about it tomorrow because we talk on and off every once in a while.
Can you make a Slappy dummy for me?
Tell him we said hi. I mean, I'll be reaching out to him again here soon to see if his schedule.
I tell him all the time, I tell him all the time, break out all the stuff, break out all the molds. We can scan things now, we can repair things, we can revive things again. And I know he's got some stuff.
Incredible.
So
that's one thing about Trick or Treat Studios I really like. So I attended Mask Fest. This has been 3 or 4 years ago at this point now. But they announced at Mask Fest that they just acquired Don Post Studios, and so they were going to like all of Don Post's warehouses and stuff to get these old molds and everything and what they could salvage.
Yeah.
And it was rough. Like they showed us some of the video and photos they had. These were not taken care of, unfortunately, by the people who were in those facilities. So some I don't think they could save, but they were able to save quite a bit despite all the rat feces and a bunch of everything else that was in there. That it was rough. It was a rough go. I felt like I needed a hazmat suit and mask just watching the video.
Yeah.
It was bad. So, but now I can see, like, when you go on their website, all the new Don Post. Well, I say new. It's new because they're making it again, but it's the old Don Post molds and everything, and that's because they got scanned and they redid them, and you know.
Yeah.
So, I absolutely agree with you. I think that Ron needs to preserve that work because it's iconic to people.
Yeah. I know
it's something that we all love and cherish too. So, definitely want to save it. It's part of history.
I'll push him tomorrow. I know he's got old molds he said that are falling apart, and I'm again like, if we can just get a cast out of it, we can fix it up again and remold it, and then make multiples.
Yeah,
because he said he had one for Slappy. I think the head and the hands.
Yes, please. Dream come true, please.
I think
I know
he said he had,
which is great.
He had a haunted mask one, which I told him, I was like, I'll get one of those, sir. But like, I mean, it was just one of those things. I was like, he still has stuff though. So I mean, definitely bring it up. It's worth saving.
I know Graham's got a Rocky. I've seen it at our shop.
Like really?
Rocky,
nice. Like a cast of him. He's like a stone cast that he just pulled out. And then he realized, Graham realized he had Attack of the Mutant Scott's mask, the villain's mask. He threw it out. He threw it out.
No.
He said, he's like, I've been carrying this thing for like 15 years. And he said it was in rough shape because it was foam too. So it was like disintegrating. Picked it up and started falling apart. So
no.
Well, that's when you like, so one of the original haunted masks went to auction earlier this year or late last year. I think it was earlier this year. But it sold. It looked in rough shape because it actually went to Levitan
mask.
Yes, it was a screen one mask. Of the two screen used masks that are left. Ron has one or two. Catherine Long has one, but she's now just put that up for auction as well through Prop Store. And hers is in great condition. Now, the one that went for $30K just recently, that one was in very rough shape, but it was sealed to preserve it. But it was in the same boat. Like, I actually have, because the person who originally owned it sadly never offered it to me to buy. But he was like, I got all these extra pieces just keep falling off of this. He's like, I'm just gonna throw it away. I'm like, no, don't you do that, send them to me. It's like, send them to me. So I've got pieces of it back here, but I mean, I don't have the mask itself, but I understand it because it looked like Steve Levitan left it in a window, I guess, where the sun just beamed on it all the time. So it actually shrunk. It shrunk and got really hard. So they sealed it, whoever bought it, which I believe was Meat Canyon. Who bought it? Yeah.
Really?
Wow. Yes, Meat Canyon has it. What's funny is that it's in Kansas City. The haunted mask is in Kansas City, and I'm like, if I could get a hold of him, I'm like 15 to 20 minutes away from him. So I've wanted to get in contact with him so bad.
Are you?
I'm not planning to steal it. I want to see it. I want to see it in person. It'd be so
if it goes missing, we know. Okay.
Check my glass case. It'll be there.
If you steal it, ship it right to Australia where they can't get it.
I will look after it and I will keep it.
They'll never find it there in the outback.
Honestly, I would love to speak to Ron because, I'm obsessed with Slappy. I have over 50 copies. These guys know I'm stupid when it comes to this, but I have 50 copies of the VHS tape. I'm obsessed with it. And I have, while we were talking about it, I'll quickly show you now. I have one of the original scripts, signed by everybody, including R.L. Stein. So,
Oh, that's awesome. Oh,
so
no,
Hayden Christensen,
3. Yeah.
Living Dummy 3, and there's Hayden Christensen's little autograph there. And Stein recently just signed that at Curse City Cons, because I was like, what do I get him to sign? Oh, well, he was technically in the episode. He was the introduction of that one. So I was like, well, he's a cast member, so he's got to sign the script. So, yeah, I mean, either way, I was probably going to get him to do it. But yeah, my dream has always been to own like one of the Slappy dummies, you know, like always been a dream. Like even if one could be made, you know, like I would pay for it. You know what I mean? Like that would be a dream come true. Like Nick would pay for a haunted mask if he could get one made, you know, like that would be the most amazing thing. Like I have that one that I showed you that Caesar's done an amazing job, but you know, without the original molds, it's always going to look slightly off, you know, without the original mold. So, but yeah,
it looks pretty good. They got the eyes. They got the eyes right on the one you have.
He did a really good job with the eyes and the shape of the mouth, how it opens, because that was one thing I noticed a lot of people were getting wrong, like when they would make it. But he really focused and dialed in on that, and he did a really good job because he did the mouth separately, and just it was really well done. But he even said he'd love to have one, but you know, I said, oh, you know, it's wherever the molds are. That's the only way you get an original, like exactly how proportions and everything. It's the only way you get it, right?
There with Ron.
I'm making a note of this now because I'm going to call Ron tomorrow. I might even drop in.
I would buy one. I would do it. It's like the final piece of my Slappy puzzle in a way. Like I have everything in that room. Like I've bought every Slappy item that's ever been made, I think. I don't think I'm missing anything. I've even bought like European stuff that like you wouldn't find here. Like I had to go in like obscure, and I'm like, I need like a Slappy from the TV show, you know. That's like
the original Slappy.
Yeah.
Original Slappy, you know, even if it's not a working dummy, it wouldn't matter. Like just to have a, you know, would be so freaking cool, man.
I'll send you a picture of Rocky too.
Yes.
That'll be cool.
Yeah. The guy that made that dummy is making a Rocky now. He's doing a Rocky as well. Mm-hmm. So he's currently working on one.
And funny enough, it's actually the episode inspired even someone to make the Zane. The Zane
dummy?
There's a Zane recently.
There is a Zane.
I just now remembered that. Like, I think he debuted it over at Monster Palooza this weekend with Catherine Long there.
Mm-hmm. He's the guy in the Facebook group, right?
Someone has to go to a convention where Hayden Christensen is and take that.
My Slappy all those years ago, but he also made my Carly Beth head bust from the episode that her mom made for her. He made a version of that too to have on there.
He's scary,
he does pretty
Carly
good.
Beth.
He made the Say Cheese and Die camera just recently too. That was shown at Monster Palooza as well. Yeah, he's doing some really good stuff. Let's see if I can pull up.
We're Goosebumps. We know all these little.
His oh yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure he posted one with just the Zane head.
Yeah, show it. You've got it.
I think he got it pretty spot on.
Oh my god, yeah, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. You know what? If I was meeting Hayden at an event, I would take that. Because I feel like if he saw that, he would be like he'd be shocked. Like, I can't believe this is sitting in front of me. You know, because he's always getting Star Wars. So you imagine taking that to him. Yeah. Like, he would probably just look at it and be like, I can't believe I'm looking at this right now. You know, like, you'd probably actually get a pretty big smile off him. So someone needs to take
I imagine you would. I mean, we do have fans who and friends who have met him at cons, but they'll have him sign Goosebumps stuff rather than Star Wars. And it just makes his day, apparently. He was like, because I'm sure he signs like everything Star Wars, but he rarely probably gets something from his Goosebumps time. So
I wonder,
it's just a fun experience, I think, probably for him when he gets that stuff.
How old would he? He would have been like 12, maybe, when we were shooting that.
Yeah, he would have been.
I would think so.
Let me see.
He looked about 13, 14, maybe in the episode. Like, because I mean, a lot of the actors were at least
almost like 12 or 13.
Older.
Yeah, and he could be one of those where I think he's 12 and he's like 17 or something.
He's out back smoking and drinking. You're like, aren't you like 12?
I know it was a 97 episode, 1997.
He was 15 or 16.
That's what I thought. I figured he was older because he definitely looked around the 15.
They
14.
do that a lot.
You gotta think the episode 2 of Star Wars was filming. What would that have been? 2001.
Only like 4 years later, he was doing Star Wars. 3-4 years.
Yeah,
later.
it wasn't.
He
It
was
wasn't
auditioning
long
for Star Wars
after.
3 years later. Like he would have been auditioning 3 years
I
after that.
guess so, because episode 1 was in 99. So episode 2 would have been 2001 or 2002. Right?
Yeah. Crazy.
So, I mean, yeah, I guess.
It is crazy.
I mean, you know what?
That is wild.
Like he was in
Time
Goosebumps.
flies, though. I mean, when we bring up the fact that it's been over 30 years to people like since the 90s show, they're just like, no, it's not. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's like, trust me, I understand. I'm the only one from this group that was alive during that time.
I was alive.
So-
I was just a toddler. I was alive. I was a toddler.
What year were you born?
95. I was born
That's what
before the
I'm
Haunted Mask aired.
Started in 95.
I was born in September, like a month before the Haunted Mask aired. So I was alive even when before the TV show started. I was technically alive.
Yeah, you were like a month old.
So
I
when
was
did
born.
were you guys watching Goosebumps on TV or were you watching it on video?
I caught
on
the
TV.
reruns.
I was watching on
Fox Kids
TV
reruns.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
VHS when they came in. But,
For me, my mom on Fridays after school would bring me to Blockbuster and like say pick out 3 movies or whatever. And every time I would get at least 2 Goosebumps movies, whether they were the DVDs or the VHS tapes.
Yeah.
And so that was my experience, is that I was watching them on TV for the ones that I couldn't rent that weekend. And if they were on Saturday or whatever, but if I wanted one that I really wanted to watch, I would go to Blockbuster and rent that and then watch the rest on TV.
That's awesome. Would you be around 10 or 11 when you were watching this stuff?
Oh, I was, I was probably like 5 or 6.
Oh, really young?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I was, because so my horror journey started as my parents and I were at a movie theater and I saw a poster for The Ring, and I was probably 4. I was probably 3 or 4 when I saw this movie poster. And I said that I wanted to watch it, and it freaked my parents out. They were like, "Why do you want to watch? You're 3. Why do you want to watch this movie?"
Yeah.
And
that's a
so
scary one, too.
I just naturally gravitated towards the horror genre. And when Goosebumps like kind of started being something I was aware of, I was obsessed with it. I like read all the books, I watched all the TV shows. And then of course Horrorland, Goosebumps Horrorland, the series came out, what was that, 2006 or 7? It was 2008. I got like super into that series and then just kind of rode that wave. And then I got into high school and kind of fell off. And then after college, I was like, I kind of miss this. I miss watching these on Halloween. And I started
it's nostalgic, right?
Yeah.
it really is, yeah.
Reminds you being
It's gotten to that point too. I mean, 90s kind of made a resurgence in the past 3 or 4 years, roughly. And trends are a lot of, everything comes back in style at some point or another. Just so happens 90s has been turned up to about 11 the last 3 years or so, and continues to do so with merch. And even now Pizza Hut going back to how some of their restaurants are turning back to how they looked back in the 90s. So
just going back for nostalgia, right?
Yep.
They're going back for nostalgia to bring those people back in and
take
it from someone who knows it works.
It does. Yeah. It works on me
sure
too.
got me.
Pizza, can we get a re-release of the Goosebumps Glow and Tell cards? If we're going back.
Yeah, come on, man.
The Glow and Tell.
Anything with like I would love for like just a 90s TV show Blu-ray release. I don't know why that hasn't happened yet. I think it's so odd.
In Germany.
Well, in Germany, apparently
the only country that's done Goosebumps officially on Blu-ray is in Germany.
And they're doing the 90s version on Blu-ray?
The 90s
Yeah, they had the complete series of the 90s show on Blu-ray. Official release, too, not a... It's not like a burnt copy like you can get from some people online. It's just, it was an official release. It was only in Germany,
I'd love to see that. I'd love to see what it looks like. Actually, that reminds me of Uh, the Halloween Land one. Why do I always forget what it's called? Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That episode, I forgot that we would wear those pumpkin heads with the robes, and then we would have like the fishing line
Lobster claw.
to make the mouth move, and you'd be doing
Really?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
I
And
didn't
you
know that
remember
either.
It was like black line on the inside, and you'd pull it, and the mouth would just kind of distort because the pumpkins were foam. I think at the
Yeah,
time.
because you can see it. Like I have one of the masks, one of the jack-o'-lantern masks, like right up there.
Yeah.
It's the way
Trick or
that
Treat
they
Studios did make some '90s merch.
Yeah,
Their
the way that
jack-o'-lantern
they
mask
did
was
it.
probably the best one they did.
Oh,
They had one on mask
100%.
1 and 2.
But the
But
the
they-
mouth on that one is like firm. Like you cannot move it. It's like tightened
Okay.
up. Yeah.
It's a solid like latex mask, and so
Yeah.
you're not moving that one at all.
That's right. And ours would have been latex, probably in foam, but mostly foam. So you just pull it, and it would. Yeah.
So you had a little give, yeah.
Yeah. It would give.
I almost wonder if we could see the fishing line. Did they hide it under the robe, or like is there a chance?
You know what? It was black fishing line. There's maybe a chance you could see it. That's why I'd love to see like a Blu-ray to see.
Yeah.
Could see of it. But because the robes were black and the fishing line was black, there's a good chance, it just disappeared into it. And most of these scenes were at night too, so
Right.
It's always possible you could maybe catch a glimpse of it for a moment, I bet, but maybe
There's
not.
a
You never
chance.
know, because I never
Yeah.
noticed, like for instance, like it becomes super scary to me now, and I'm glad I never saw it as a kid. But in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie that came out, the very first live action film,
yeah.
there is a scene where Donatello's laughing, and I don't know if you've seen it or not, but like he's laughing, and you see when the mouth opens, the turtle mouth, there's another mouth inside. It's the human actor. And it's just like, oh my god, that is terrifying, absolutely terrifying. And I'm so glad I never saw that as a kid.
I haven't seen
But
that.
now I
I'm
go back
gonna
and
look
watch it,
for
and I can't unsee it.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for it after this. That's awesome.
Wow. Wow.
It's just one of those things, though, that kind of gets caught in later when it's already in a finished product.
Yeah.
And they don't think about. So
I mean, I think back then you could get away with lots of stuff because we weren't rewinding and framing back then, and when we could, it was on VHS, so you'd have such terrible resolution you couldn't
right,
find
yeah,
things like you can find them now. Yeah. I watch old VHS tapes. I'm like, how did we even watch this back then? It was so low res, like you can't really see any definition.
Because it was all you had. Like it was what you had.
All we had, yeah.
And you know how people
it was the greatest
so
thing
many
at the
young
time, though.
people,
I mean,
you know,
like
I
everything,
loved it.
you don't think it's going to get any better, and then the next thing comes along, and you're like, oh my gosh, what did we do here? The Stone Age is what these VHS tapes are. DVDs are the way.
Yeah.
Now
What's
we've got,
crazy is I think it actually has
whatever. It's
more to
great.
do
It's
with the
wild.
screen you're watching it on rather than the actual media. Like if you plug a VHS player into like a modern flat screen TV, it's gonna look weird. But if you go back and use one of those, tube TVs or whatever, it may not look as bad because it's a smaller screen.
You might be right, but I still think it'll look bad.
It's definitely. I mean, you're used to seeing 4K, 75 FPS type content now, but
like I'm watching old VHS and you can't even really see people's eyes in like sort of wide shots. They're just the outline of them kind of. But I don't know. Your brain filled in the blanks.
Yeah, so I don't know how well.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That is scary. It's like a monster in there. Why are his eyes so freaky? He looks like a monster.
See, that's the thing. I think that's just a reflective off maybe some metal that's in there.
Okay, but it does. It looks like weird little eyes.
That's on because it's on each side of the mouth. So I'm guessing that's somehow in there, like pieces of metal.
Yeah,
because the zoomed in, because it's an old movie, you're not going to get like super clear resolution in it. But
is that the first Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, that was the very first Ninja Turtles movie. And now when I watch that movie, I can't unsee it.
I was probably too old when that movie came out. I remember just hating it. Because when I first started reading Ninja Turtle comic books, they were violent and they were, yeah, and lots of killing and blood. I think they were black and white, and the turtles were all red. They all had red, masks. And then I remember the cartoon and the movie came out, and being so mad, like, why do they sound like surfers? What is this surfer? They're from New York, and they sound like they're from California. Yeah, but I think I was too old for it. I still watch them. I still like anything Jim Henson, so I'd watch it anyways. Back then we were starved for any content with monsters and creatures and anything like that.
Oh man, I'll tell you, my favorite film of all time is The Neverending Story. So it's full of that, and you can actually go to the studio in Germany.
Is it German?
In Germany, yeah, they have the
Germany's
studio.
got everything cool. Apparently,
the original snail, the Falcor head, it's all there, and the rock biter, it's all there. You can go and visit like a studio now. And it's apparently always
that's one thing that Ron should have done and made, because he had so much. Like, I remember seeing pictures from way back when of people who got to visit his shop. Even today, he's still got a ton of stuff in his shop.
Yeah,
he should have opened a museum himself, because like people would pay to go to that. I'm telling you, like, just to see these props.
And you get a photo taken with the Seiji's and that camera.
Oh yeah, I mean,
yeah.
His old monster room had it all, and it was like 2 stories high. So when you walked in, it was really high ceiling, and he had all the monsters lined up. It was a thing to see. His new monster room isn't as good.
I've ever heard of.
Pardon?
The coolest man cave I've ever heard of.
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, I remember being in awe too, like when I first went there to Ron's shop, just being like, oh my God.
Because I think it was I don't think it was Alan. I think it was Matt DeWild. I think he told me there was like a secret way to get in there too. It wasn't just like a open the door and go. Like, I think he said there was like a secret way to get in there or something.
Wasn't there a book that you pulled? I thought I remember that was something like, it was something like that.
I'll have to ask Ron. Like, I think there might have been a bookshelf.
I remember what he said. Yeah, there was something that you had to do in order to get into that room. It wasn't just a simple door to turn the knob and go in. So that even made it cooler. I was like, okay, so you're really entering into another world now for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was really cool.
Chronicles of Narnia stuff.
Like, I want to say it was Frankenstein. Like it was the Frankenstein book, because I just rewatched that episode that we did.
I remember.
I want to say that it was a Frankenstein book that you had to pull and the door would open.
You could be right. I'm gonna have to ask him about
that. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I do remember he said there was a certain way to get in there because it was like a hidden space, and yeah, it's really cool. And there's so much to talk about. I know we could go on forever and ever, because trust me, I love all this stuff, and these guys do too. And that's why it's such a pleasure having you on, Zane. And
well, thanks for having me. I'm gonna look into some of this stuff, and I might get back to you guys on this stuff.
Sweet,
that'd be
absolutely.
I'm praying.
Is there anything you want to promote while you're on here, or any place anybody can find you if they want to follow you, or anything like that?
Oh, I'm on Instagram at ZLOC. If you go to Instagram, it's just at ZLOC. I'll be at MassFest. You mentioned you go to MassFest. I'll be there this year as well. Yeah, I didn't go last year, but I was there the year before. We love to go there. Shivs and I, we make a lot of mass. So yeah, if you're into mass, and I'm kind of doing sort of old school type monster designs. I want to keep it fun. So I'll have some of those on my Instagram soon. I'm probably going to have to open up like a hobby Instagram for just all my hobby stuff that I do outside of work. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, they always have changes they want made. So we're like, let's just make mass where we can just do what we want and there are no changes. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing lately.
Awesome.
And again, like, he just wrapped up the new spin-off show for the boys, Vought Rising. So I'm sure all you boys fans will be checking that out. I will be checking that out. I'm very excited for that one. So you'll get to see a lot of his work there. And you can always go follow Hayden and Bjorn here at their socials as well. All those links are down in the description below. And until next time, Bjorn, what is it?
Take care, stay safe, and have a very scary day.
He's getting better,
Right on,
folks.
guys.
All right. See you guys.
Yeah.